thank you for joining me today as we create this really cute lacy edging around our sock. The items that you're going to need is you'll need a blank sock to be your canvas to work with. You will need a pair of scissors. You may or may not need a needle threader. You will need a sewing needle. You will need the thread color of your choice. Today I am using the Artsy 100% mercerized Egyptian cotton crochet thread number 10, and it is in the colorway Ice Blue. And then you will need a 2.5 millimeter hook. If you're ready to get started, I'm going to clear off the craft table and we will begin. To get started, I'm going to take the cuff out of my sock because I'm going to be working in this outer edge here. You can start anywhere on the sock. It does not matter. As you can see, there's like these little kind of like pre-made holes in it. That's going to make it really easy. I like to always start on the mid back side of my sock. So I'm just going to insert my crochet hook right there in one of those holes on the back side about midway. You don't have to worry about it leaving a permanent hole in the sock or stretching or tearing it. Then I've just created a slip knot and I'm going to slide the thread right onto my hook, pull it through the sock, and I am going to secure it on with a slip stitch. Then I like to chain one to double secure it. That chain one does not count as a stitch. So I'm going to go right back into that same space and I'm going to work a single crochet. And then I'm going to work a single crochet in this next space. I'm going to work a single crochet right beside that single crochet. And I'm going to continue working single crochets all the way around the circumference of the sock. You do not have to have a specific number of single crochets. You just need to create a single crochet so that it completely covers the circumference of your sock. This is round 1. We will be doing a total of 3 rounds to complete our lacy edging. And in round 1, you're just going to continue working along the circumference of the sock, making a single crochet all the way around. Now, if you're not used to working with crochet thread, it may take a minute because of it being a finer thread. It's real easy to pull off of the hook. But just take your time. It's a really quick, fast, easy project to do. All right, continue working around the circumference of your sock, working single crochets, and when you get back to the beginning, I will meet back up with you and show you how to finish round 1 and how to start round 2. All right, we're at the end of round 1, and before we actually finish this, I just want to show you that just this round alone, you could use this as a trim on your socks if you wanted just a simple, delicate touch of color to add to the sock. This would be really good if you're making a sock for a newborn, preemie, or even just a young toddler. We will be doing 3 rounds for this sock to create this really cute edging. So to finish round 1, I have already worked all the way around my sock, and now I am ready to join round 1. So I'm going to come right into the top of this first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. All right. To start round 2, I'm going to chain 3. And if you don't want to chain 3, you could just chain 1 and then work a double crochet right in that same stitch. But for this tutorial, I'm going to chain 3, and that's going to count as my first double crochet. I'm going to go right into my next single crochet, and I'm going to work a double crochet. I'm going to go into the next single crochet and work a double crochet. And I'm going to do that all the way around for round 2. I'm going to work double crochets in each single crochet around. So let me do a couple with you just to show you what it looks like. And sometimes those stitches are really small, so you got to make sure you're not going in the one you just came out of. All right, so this is what it is starting to look like. And I think that is just a gorgeous layout there. All right, so go ahead and finish round 2, working double crochets in every single crochet around. And then I will meet up with you at the end of round 2, and I'll show you how to finish off round 2 and how to start round 3. All right, we've made it to the end of round 2, and I just want to show you that even this part so far also would make a cute little edging around a sock if you wanted to keep it simple. All right, to finish round 2, I'm going to work a double crochet in this very last single crochet, and then to end round 2, I am going to come into the top of this chain 3 and close it with a slip stitch. And that completes round 2. Now for round 3, I'm going to chain 5, 4, and 5. I'm going to skip the base of this stitch where I made the chain 5. I'm going to skip the next double crochet, and in the next double crochet, I am going to work a single crochet. And that has created this cute little chain. I'm going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to skip the next double crochet, and in the next double crochet, I'm going to work a single crochet. I'm going to chain 5, 4, 5. All right, I'm going to skip the next double crochet, and in the next double crochet, I'm going to work a single crochet. Chain 5, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next double crochet and work a single crochet in the next one. Chain 5. Skip the next double crochet and work a single crochet in the next one. And we're going to repeat this all the way around until we get to the end of round 3. And this is what your little edging is looking like. All right, so continue chaining 5, skipping a double crochet, working a single crochet in the top of the next double crochet around, and I will meet you at the end of round 3. All right, we've made it to the end of round 3, and I'm going to work my last chain. So I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and insert in that next, or skip one, insert in the next stitch with a single crochet, and then I'm going to come to the top of the chain 3 of my first chain and slip stitch in. Now we chained 5 there, but I'm slip stitching into that third chain of the chain 5. All right, and then I'm going to chain 1, and that completes the round. And now I'm going to trim my tail. Pull it through, tighten it down, and now all I have to do is weave in my ends. But look at that cute little lacy edging. All right, I'm going to start with the tail that I just cut. So let me get my sewing needle. All right. And I like to weave my tails in. They kind of are always on the front side whenever I cut an end. So I like to bring it through the back side and pull it to the front side. When I do that, it tends to help that stitch lay down flat so you cannot even see it. But I don't want to weave in on the front side, so I'm going to go back through and pull that to the back side and weave my tail in on the back side. And I'm just going to weave down into these stitches. And then I'm going to use these double crochets right here to weave up under. To hide my tail. And then I'm going to go back across to lock it in so it's nice and secure. And then I always like to do it a third time. It just makes me feel really confident that that is nice and tightly weaved in and secure. Then I'm going to trim what's left. And then I'm going to show you something on this last tail, the one where we started crocheting on our sock. Let me get it on my needle first. All right. Now this is where we started, and see how those single crochets along the edge there created these nice little V stitches. But look where we started. It's got kind of like a little gaping hole right there, and I want to make that look like the rest of them. So I'm going to come to the top of the V of the very next stitch and pull that through, and look how that just closed in that space and made it just look natural with the rest of them. Now, of course, my needle now is on the front side of my work. I don't want to weave in there, so I'm just going to slide it back through to the back. And then I'm just going to weave it under a couple stitches to secure and hide my tails, or tail. And now I'm going to go back in the opposite direction to secure that down. And again, I like to do it 3 times. And then I'm going to cut off the rest of my tail because it's now nicely secured in. And that is my sock. Let me fold the cuff down. And there we have our cute little pair of socks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know what you thought about the tutorial. Let me know if you tried making these lacy socks and if you enjoyed making them. Be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, and remember, you are loved.